Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Why Did We Watch This Movie? And today is something a bit special. We,
Mm-hmm.
Sky and I, decided to do the Brisbane International Film Festival, or BIFF, this year. And we will now be talking about what we watched and what we liked and what we didn't.
Yes.
Do. So we watched 10 full-length films and 7 short films during our time at the Brisbane International Film Festival. Those films, the 10 full-length films we watched were Night Bitch, Rumours, Sasquatch Sunset, Audrey, Dress Positions, Cuckoo, Carnage for Christmas, The Organist, I Saw the TV Glow, and The Colours Within.
Yes.
And then the short films we watched were The Traumatist, Chairs, Dusty, Pushover, Belly Belly, Oi, and Bellow, or Bellowy? I don't know how to pronounce that last one.
We don't know. But yes.
But yes. We're just going to go in the order that we watched them, just for everyone's sanity.
All right. Well, let's just start real quickly with The Traumatist.
The Traumatist, first short film we watched for the entire thing. First of all, what was your rating for it, Sky?
I'll probably give it like maybe 3.5, maybe.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
The basic premise of the short film was it revolves around a new type of trauma therapy where you're facing your past trauma with incredible violence.
Yeah.
And then, it's a film. Shit happens.
Yeah. Like,
trying not to spoil it, obviously, because none of these films, at least in Australia, none of these films have been released to the general public yet.
Yeah, I think we'll try and keep this very spoiler free.
We will try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but I guess in editing, we'll go and give spoiler warnings if they just slip out.
Yeah, I'll add those.
we'll add a little ding noise whenever spoilers begin.
Oopsies. But yes, that's the sound it's gonna make. Ding, oopsie. But
all right.
Yeah. I thought it was fine. I felt like there was something a bit there, but
see, to me, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was anything to write home about, but it felt too much like slam poetry put to film, and that's not exactly a good thing in my opinion. But
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, but yeah, to be honest, first short film, fine.
Yeah. It would be one of the lesser of the Inside Number 9 episodes. Which is a gag we kept saying throughout some of the short films. But yeah. Night Bitch though.
Yeah, I'll read out the description.
Yeah.
A woman thrown into a stay-at-home routine of raising a toddler in the suburbs slowly embraces the feral power deeply rooted in motherhood, as she becomes increasingly aware of the bizarre and undeniable signs that she might be turning into a dog. This film was a real big surprise for me.
Same, but I don't know what you sort of expect from a movie called Night Bitch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what we got.
For context, listening audience, we picked 5 films each. Yeah. This was one of Sky's picks.
Yes.
And I'll be frank, I was not looking forward to it because I, at the time, thought I really didn't like Amy Adams, but it turns out I was just getting her confused for Amy Schumer.
Which is fine, because I don't like her either.
I don't like Amy Schumer, no. So I was not looking forward to this film. Yes. And I thought it was just going to be a dumb comedy. But no.
Oops.
It was not. It was a beautifully poignant film about the challenges of motherhood and God, it was really good.
Like, it had like, I'd say like it's like a comedy drama with some elements of body horror.
Mm,
But it was so beautiful. It was so heartfelt, and it was very funny as well.
it was very funny. God, what was it? What was I going to say? It was it was just so many surprising moments in it. There was like
Yeah.
I was not expecting it. If I thought it was gonna zig, it zagged, and it was just so beautifully done. And like by the end, I was actually crying, and it was
Mm,
probably the only film for Biff that I cried to.
yeah. No, I highly recommend it. Night Bitch is so good.
Mm.
What'd you give it, Finn?
I gave it a 4.5.
Same. I also gave it 4.5.
Oh, I uh, I just noticed that Marielle Heller, the person who directed this, also directed A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I didn't realize she
Oh,
directed. A
nice.
film I quite liked. I gave it 4 stars, but that's
Very
cool.
cool.
I didn't realize that.
Hmm.
Um, all right, on to our next film, which
Yes.
was we didn't have a short film before this one. This was
Y-
Rumors. Is our next film.
yes.
This is one of my picks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sky, would you like to read the description for this?
Yeah. En route to the annual G7 summit, the 7 leaders of the world's wealthiest liberal democracies get lost in the woods and face increasing peril while attempting to draft a provisional statement regarding a global crisis.
I really liked this film, and I'm so glad I picked this weird little film.
You know,
um,
it's pretty fun.
it
It's
it's
crazy.
yeah, it's it's just like the level of weird in this film is kind of like something I've never seen before, especially from something that is a political comedy.
Yeah.
Um, and
Was that there's so much like political commentary in it.
yeah,
All hit, all like sort of written as like jokes or just like interactions with the characters.
yeah, and it's amazing because it's all delivered dry. There is not a single
Yeah.
joke made in this film. all the all of the comedy just comes from the dry delivery of the lines. And
Yeah.
like, can I just say, like, Kate Blanchett and Roy Duplass were just sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. I thought it was Duplass.
Depoos?
I don't
Oh
speak
no.
French. Him,
He's a Canadian actor.
yes, both absolutely the highlights of this film.
Oh yeah.
They were just brilliant as the Prime Minister of Canada and Prime Minister of Germany. I think it's Prime
Correct.
Minister.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, Also Charles Dance as like President of the United States. That was I wasn't expecting to see him. I guess I just missed him in the cast listing.
Yeah.
It was just a nice surprise.
It was,
Um,
it was pretty nice. But
but yeah, it's just a weird little political comedy. I it's definitely not for everyone.
oh no.
I will say that here and now. But if that sort of weird sort of thing is your sort of is what you like, then I recommend it. I definitely do.
Yeah, it's very weird. Might not be for everyone. It does sometimes get a bit like very confusing and a bit lost, but otherwise, no, I highly recommend. It's a good time.
Mm.
I gave that 4 stars.
I also give it 4 stars.
Nice. All
Our
right.
next film was a short film called Chairs. Uh,
Yeah.
a man regales his peculiar obsession with chairs to his new psychiatrist. I gave this 4 stars.
As did I. It's very funny,
It's
very weird,
and
just
now every time
ridiculous.
I hear Barry White, I'm gonna think of a man fucking a chair.
Yeah.
It was just silly and fun, and I loved
It
it.
was great.
I just remember both of us just like looking at each other halfway through this and just like mouthing, "What the fuck are we
We were
watching?"
not expecting a short film about a guy that like wants to fuck chairs. It was
Especially
like,
as the
wait, what?
opener to Sasquatch Sunset.
Yeah, what a
Like,
time.
what a fucking lovely and weird film.
But
uh,
yes, and well,
anyway,
oh
yeah.
sorry.
Speaking of Sasquatch
Yeah,
Sunset,
speaking of Sasquatch
uh,
Sunset,
our next
in
film was
yeah,
Sasquatch Sunset.
in the misty forest of North America, a family of Sasquatches, possibly the last of their energetic kind,
Enigmatic.
enigmatic kind, embark on an absurdist, epic, hilarious, and ultimately poignant journey over the course of 1 year. These shaggy, noble giants fight for survival as they find themselves on a collision course with the ever changing world around them.
This was another one of my picks.
Yeah.
Because it's a film I had been frankly wanting to watch since it was announced, like last year.
If you
I
cannot tell, we love Sasquatches.
refer to my previous podcast.
Yeah.
um, Listen to the like 20, 30 episodes that were released for that. Volumes
Yes.
Management Podcast. Hashtag humble plug. Um, um, yeah, this film I knew I was going to love. I knew it from the jump. And boy did it deliver. I gave it a 5 stars,
I also gave it 5 stars because
which is
I think I just kind of had to.
yeah.
No, like just because it's such a unique and insane film
Mm.
because there is no dialogue.
Yeah, not a single line of dialogue in this
It's just
entire film.
grunting and screaming.
It's just it was for a film without words, it was so poignant and beautiful. A film about loss, about family, about survival, and about a monkey man whipping his dick out. It
There's okay, look.
there is so
There's
much,
so
so
there's
much
Sasquatch
dick
penis. There's Sasquatch pussy.
and
There's
Sasquatch tits.
and Sasquatch tits
It
and
was
so many fluids.
so many fluids. Jesus Christ, so many fluids.
Yeah, look, I'd say it's a very unique one. Definitely not for everyone, but
Definitely not.
if you like thought it was very beautiful, very like if at times like very heartfelt and
Uh,
very funny.
uh,
Um, but if
I'm
you
just. Oh,
yeah
sorry. You finish. You finish.
okay, I was gonna say I will say though if like it feels very much like a documentary, so I'm here so as long as you're fine with how
Yeah.
animals behave because these are pretty much just animals. These are
Yeah.
monkeys.
There was a
Then you'll
point.
be fine.
There was a point about halfway through the film where I had legitimately forgotten we were watching people in Sasquatch suits, and
Yeah.
I was just so engrossed in the film.
Oh yeah.
But I just want to quickly like ding the spoiler bell here.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Spoiler bell. Ding!
this
Oopsies.
film has a few scenes where we watch a Sasquatch go through an existential crisis.
That
Uh,
was the fucking great part.
while listening to Erasure, and I was like, "Oh my god, I think I've had an existential crisis while listening to Erasure." So that's
That was
great.
so funny.
Yeah,
Like, the Sasquatch had a full existential crisis of listening to Erasure.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, ding. Spoiler bell is no longer rung.
I, we'll figure out how to make that work. Just
Sorry,
be
I just wanted to know. Fuck you, Sky.
yeah.
I've gotten 3 likes on different film reviews in the last two
Whoa!
minutes. Sorry,
Damn, Finn's
just
the
want
fucking Letterboxd king.
I don't know how. Um, but that leads us to our next short film,
Hmm.
Dusty. Uh,
Ah, yes.
this was my favorite of the short films we saw. I gave it a 4.5.
Yeah, absolutely favorite.
Yeah, it's about a person who goes on a bender after their best friend has died, and during the bender begins to see images and uh, basically ghosts of their best friend.
Yeah.
It was for a film about dramatic substance abuse. It was probably the closest, after Night Bitch, the closest to making me cry of any of the things. Which is amazing for like a 15-minute short film.
Yeah, it is so beautiful, sad, and just like so full of heart.
Yes.
Like, it's just incredible. Like, it's so short. Probably
it's short,
like
it's sweet. It's incredibly sad.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm.
And made in Australia.
Yeah, well, as are a good few. If we have any more that are made, well, we do have more that were made in Australia, but we'll call them out as we go.
Yeah.
I also want to quickly note that you were telling me before we started recording this episode that it won the short film award for BIFF, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good to know that our taste is correct.
Yes. And it always is, but yes, so congratulations to Dusty. You deserved it.
Our next film is Ding Ring the Australia Bell, which I guess could be a Kookaburra call or something.
I will absolutely do that, sure.
Please do. Self-appointed Mother of the Year, Ronnie, has given her daughter Audrey everything. So when Audrey selfishly falls into a coma, Ronnie has no choice but to keep their dreams alive by assuming her identity. This pick was from neither of us. We were originally going to watch Saturday Night. But when we realised that tickets for Saturday Night were quite a bit extra for some reason, we decided, hey, what are the 4 other films that we wanted to watch? And then we rolled a dice to decide which one we'd watch. Yeah. And we landed on Audrey.
Yes.
And it was probably the biggest risk as well, because it was the only one I couldn't find a trailer for. But God, I'm so glad we watched it.
I'm so happy. Look, I gave it 5 stars.
I gave it 4.5.
It's so funny. It's so look, it's a very dark comedy.
Witty and dark. Yeah.
Like, look, if you like stuff like World's Greatest Dad, the only thing I could think of that's similar to World's Greatest Dad is Dear Evan Hansen, but
I was about to say Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, if you like stuff like that, you will love Audrey.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so funny. And I don't even want to get it to too much into because I'll be like, I feel like I'll spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to go into spoilers because it's so watch it, people. Of all the films, this is probably the one I'm like, hey, watch this film just to the most wide audience. Maybe the last one as well. But
definitely
this and the last one, I'd be like, just watch this film.
Just please.
It is an absolute corker of a film.
It's so good.
It's just to describe this film perfectly, and this is from my review. It's incredibly satisfying to see awful things happen to terrible people.
Yes. It's also fun because you're kind of rooting for them a little bit, and you feel a bit guilty for it.
This is a what's the phrase? This is a guilty pleasure film.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible. Watch it.
It is. Watch this film. The next short film we watched was Pushover.
Yes. A man's life is upended by increasingly threatening phone calls demanding he leave a review for a paperweight he purchased online.
I gave this a 4 stars.
I also gave it 4 stars as well. I did not know that we got the same for this one.
I also want to know, just once again, a little humble brag. One of my reviews is in the top 3 popular reviews.
Holy shit!
I don't know how, because we have the same amount of reviews of likes on our review.
I have 1 like.
The same.
What the fuck?
I don't get why, but I just wanted to mention that.
That's oh my! Oh hey, up at the top.
Yeah.
All
right. This was just odd, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I don't think it really had a meaning behind it.
I think the meaning was just hey, don't be a pushover, or don't be a doormat.
Yeah, don't be a doormat. Just leave a review for a paperweight, or don't. It's your
Yeah,
life. You do what you want with it.
had a pretty creepy existential ending.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was pretty whimsy and like pretty whimsical, creepy, and funny.
Hmm. Honestly, I liked it, but I don't have much to say on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Anyway, the next film was another one of your choices, I believe. Stress
yes.
Positions. Terry Goon is keeping strict quarantine in his ex-husband's Brooklyn brownstone while caring for his nephew, a 19-year-old model from Morocco named Balhoul, bedridden in a full leg cast after an electric scooter accident. Unfortunately for Terry, everyone in his life wants to meet the model.
I didn't realize his last name was Goon.
Did you not?
I think
They
I
say
might
that
have. I
multiple
think I just
times.
forgot.
Oh,
Like that's very
Terry
funny.
Goon.
Oh, get the green bag, you bloody
um,
gooner.
I gave this a 3 stars.
I think I gave it 3.5. Like
I
it's not as good
eh,
as I thought it would be.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good way of putting it. I went into this thinking like, oh, it's queer, it's odd, I'll probably like it. Yeah,
Eh,
it wasn't particularly for me.
yeah. Like it feels very melancholic. Like it feels like a sort of like a hopeless type thing because like I don't know, you're dealing with a lot of like kind of also terrible people,
Mm.
which Audrey
It's
dealt with in a funny way,
I
but
was
this one
about
is
to
just
say
like
it's kind of the same
yeah,
and the opposite as Audrey, where
yeah,
they both follow the exact same type of people, but these stress position are bad people who you don't want to root for, whereas
yeah,
Audrey is bad people who you really want to win.
yeah. But it had a lot of great like one-liners. It had
Oh
like
yeah,
funny moments. It's just I don't know. It just maybe I didn't get it
yeah.
entirely, but
I think that might be
yeah,
my issue as well. I think yeah, I just didn't understand.
but yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't for us.
Yeah, check it out if you want. Like,
Yeah.
but it just maybe wasn't for us.
Mm. Our next short film is one called Belly Belly, a
Yes.
tongue-in-cheek LGBTQ plus body horror satire about connection, compulsion, and belly obsession on the TikTok epoch. Body dysmorphia is a hell of a drug, but you can't ignore the hunger forever.
Yeah.
Look, I gave it 3.5, and as did you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Eh,
it, I thought it was an interesting take on body dysmorphia, but
yeah.
I can't particularly say that I liked it really.
Yeah. I thought there was something like particularly the ending of it. I was like, there's something there if you can
Yeah,
expand on it a bit more. But
yeah, it needed like this film is 12 minutes long. This needed to be a longer short film. Like, it needed to be at
yeah,
least like 15-20 minutes long. If it had a few more minutes, I reckon it could have got there for me.
yeah. But
But it didn't.
yeah, it's fine. It's look. I don't know what it is. At least lately, with a lot of some of these films, there's a lot of eating and like
Yes.
your like hyped up senses of like chewing and swallowing and squishing food. That's stressful in itself to listen to. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Wait, was this
Yeah.
also an Australian film?
Maybe. I can
Actually,
quickly
wait, no, I
check.
don't. Oh, yeah, check.
No, American. American.
Okay, no
All right.
kookaburra noise for you.
All right. Speaking of kookaburras, going on to that was awful. I
That was
apologize.
terrible.
um,
Right.
sorry, I'm gonna laugh a bit more. Our next film is Cuckoo.
Yeah. After
Um,
reluct yeah,
oh yes,
after
yeah,
reluctantly moving to the German Alps with her father and his new family, Gretchen discovers that their new town hides sinister secrets, and she's plagued by strange noises, frightening visions of a woman pursuing her.
this was our first kind of disagreement.
Yeah,
I
I
gave it a
loved
three
it.
and a half.
I gave it 4.5.
Hmm.
I
And
loved it so much.
you really did.
It's so creepy. It's new. It's unique. I don't know. It's just got that something in it. It's just great.
I there was a lot I liked about this, but there was a lot I didn't like about it as well.
Yeah.
and it kind of made it into an average film for me. I
Yeah.
thought, like, first of all, some of the best, something I didn't hear much people talk about. I fucking loved the costume design for it.
Hmm.
Because it made it feel like it was a very much out of time, which it was kind of supposed to be, because it was clearly set in the modern day, because Gretchen had a smartphone, but then
Yeah.
everything else made it look like it was 1975.
Hmm.
And the outfits were done just so perfectly to blend those two eras. I really loved that.
Hmm.
That's kind of my main highlight of the film, to be honest, and something I very rarely notice.
Hmm.
Sorry, you go on.
I was gonna say, like, just like the sound editing,
Oh
the
yeah,
mixing. It's even like to where how the creature interacts. It's just so interesting and creepy.
it
And
is.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, I personally highly recommend it. It's in my opinion, it's great. I love it.
I thought it was quite good, but
Yeah.
not great. It's definitely one I need to and want to rewatch. Just now that I've heard other people's opinion about it,
Mm,
um, it's one that I'm gonna have to rewatch.
yeah.
Like maybe when it's in wide release cinemas over here, which it probably will.
It probably will. It's pretty.
Uh,
It's
I'm,
getting
I'm
a lot of traction.
I might even go to the cinemas again to watch it, but I don't know
Mm.
yet. Our next film is Oi. When a
Ding ding
turbulent
ding.
teen, oh, ding ding ding, Kookaburra Aussie
Yeah.
noise. When a turbulent teen undergoes a traumatic experience, she must face her own violent bravado head on. Oi explores the stigma around catfights and how hypersexuality can occur when female rage isn't accepted and queerness is ignored. I this is probably this is definitely my lowest rated film of BIFF.
Yeah. I think I just wrote it down as we were talking about. Like, I put it 2.5. You put it at a 2.
Correct.
It's it's relatable to us in the sense of like the scenery and like to
Like this,
almost a
it
disturbing degree.
yeah, because it looks exactly like the sort of thing where we went to school,
Yeah.
but
And
it definitely followed the crowd that we weren't part of,
yeah.
and that made it just super hard to relate to for us, or for me
And
at least.
yeah, I don't know, like again, it feels like they could have been something, but I
There
just
just
don't know.
wasn't. Yeah,
It's just I don't think they made our main characters.
she
It
wasn't
feels a bit
at all
shit
likable.
it just feels a bit shit to say, but I don't think that I just didn't feel like there was a lot of sympathy there.
No,
And
no,
I know she's like there's this character that's struggling, but like I don't know. It just didn't really click for me.
it really didn't for me either. All right,
Yeah.
chuck in the kookaburra again because our next
Yeah.
film is Carnage for Christmas.
Yes.
Would you like to read out the description? Christ, it's
Yes.
long. Okay.
Indeed, it is. It's Christmas, so come with us on a blood-soaked sleigh ride to the conservative hometown of a trans true crime podcaster, Lola. Worried about the town's reaction to her transition, Lola is ready to take on anything this holiday season. However, she didn't expect that person to be a Santa masked killer, paying grisly homage to the town's own haunted legend, the Toymaker. Now Lola, who has her own connection to the original Toymaker murders, must put an end to these gruesome murders.
Now, this was made by the amazing Alice Mayomaki,
Yeah,
who previously did a film that Sky and I watched early this year called T
yeah,
Blockers.
yeah,
It's look, I'm gonna be blunt. Well, first of all, I gave it a 3. You gave it a 3.5.
yeah.
I'm gonna be blunt. I didn't particularly, I didn't particularly like it, but fuck, you gotta respect
Oh, yeah,
independent filmmakers. It's so
yeah.
impressive when films like this actually get made.
Mm,
Uh, so like, I cannot knock her for this. It's
mm.
uh for the budget she had, it is amazing.
Yeah, look, it's very like it's very much independent. It's like on a tight budget. But not. She's putting in the work. She's getting all this done.
Correct.
It's also very reminiscent of Grindhouse type stuff.
Yes, yeah,
especially with its editing and how it's shot. And I wouldn't say it's my particular favorite type of horror.
No,
it's got a charm to it.
It definitely
it's
has
just
a charm to it.
I don't know, it's fun, and I really want to see more of from her.
Yeah,
the movie's a bit silly, it's funny, and the trans woman is getting what she wants. She's calling the cop a pig. She's getting it done.
There were some great one-liners in this.
It's quite funny, and look, all I'll say as well is probably one of the greatest final acts in cinema. Finn knows what I'm talking about. It's one of the greatest final acts in cinema.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would agree it's pretty spectacular.
But yes, Carnage for Christmas. Check it out.
All right. Now, bring the secret 11th film.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
We decided on a whim, as we were waiting for Carnage for Christmas, to go, both of our films are in the same cinema tomorrow. Why not chuck a third in there? What's a film that we've been wanting to watch but haven't yet? Let's watch The Substance. So we decided to watch The Substance.
Yes, we spent a very long day in the city. 12 hours, in fact.
Yeah.
It was a long, grueling day, won't lie, but yes, we watched 3 films all at the same cinema.
Anyway, a fading celebrity decides to use a black market drug, a cell-replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself. First of all, can I just say, one of Demi Moore's best performances ever. Yeah.
I'd say one of the best body horror films in modern cinema.
Body horror isn't my normal cup of tea. It's just not. Don't ignore the fact that John Carpenter's The Thing is one of my favorite movies ever. This is just phenomenal.
It's so good.
It is.
It's dark. It's fucked.
It's fucked. It's hilarious at points.
It's so gross. Dude, it's so good.
This is one of those films that I would recommend you watch in cinemas.
Yeah.
Just because of the big scenes, the big set pieces, all of that. I don't think the small screen will do it justice.
No, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And just an incredible piece and commentary on beauty standards in the entertainment industry and also pharmaceutical shit.
It's also very funny the fact that Margaret Qualley, who played Sue in this film, the only other film that I have ever seen her. Oh, sorry, I saw her in Poor Things. But other than that, the only other thing we've ever seen her in is podcast favorite, the live action Death Note, which I don't know if that episode will come up by the time this is released.
No, look. Well, as we're recording, I'm planning to release this maybe as an episode for the Wednesday, maybe, or the Monday. I'm not sure. In that case,
bit of sizzle for a future episode. Then.
Yeah, expect the Death Note episode
at some point in the near future.
Yeah, we love it. I'll shoot myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, Substance, check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, for our final short film.
Oh yes.
Bellowy.
Bellow. I don't know. Ding ding ding. That Australian bell.
Was it Australian?
Yeah.
I didn't
think
realize
it was either in New South Wales or Adelaide.
I did not realise that. Good to know.
Yeah.
I thought it was American. This... I don't know how I feel about this one. I gave it a 2.5.
Yeah. 3 maybe?
It's a weird interpretation. I initially thought that this film was going to be about skinwalkers.
I mean, since it's based in Australia, I was really hoping for like an Australian Skinwalker thing.
Yeah,
That
but
would have been
no, it was.
awesome.
And ring the spoiler bell here because we are going to
Whoopsies!
talk about the ending of
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, ding ding
Um,
ding.
this is like just an odd metaphor for like stillbirths,
And like traumatic deliver like births and
deliveries.
shit. Yeah.
I think it's an odd one.
Yeah.
Let's just say that much.
It's odd. It's not what I sort of expected.
I
I
mean,
kind of prefer what I thought it was going to be. The
but let's
sound
be
editing
honest.
and build up was creepy.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
like mind you.
it was the anticipation. Like when she was inside the tent was really good. In all fairness, though, I do think it went on too long.
Yeah.
She was in that tent for a long time, and it just felt like it was repeating over and over again.
Mm.
But you know, for our last short film, look, it wasn't the worst short film we
Yeah.
watched.
No, look. We already determined what the worst one was.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ah.
next film, ring that Australia bell for the last time.
Ding ding ding.
As we watch The Organist. Uh,
Yes.
when an embittered vital organ broker meets with a karmically challenged universal donor, the pair scheme to ethically distribute organs to those in need and help escape the maw of the ruthless HR department. What an unexpected gem this film was.
5 stars for me.
I gave it a 4, but nonetheless,
Look, I
very
understand that
good.
totally, but so funny. Holy shit, it was so funny.
Hmm.
Like,
There,
oh, bro, fuck.
it just the amount this film made me laugh without me even realizing it was amazing. Like, uh, first of all, can we talk about Johnny?
Oh,
the
Johnny, best man.
the ever creating nicknames Johnny. Also, purely for the line "Raw dog these saucies" was amazing.
Graham, Grainal sex.
um,
Oh, fuck, dude.
there was it was just such a delightful film, and then just uh, I'm not gonna say much about it, but an amazing ending.
Yeah, look,
That just
like, very dark black comedy drama,
it is,
but
but
super
so
duper
good.
funny.
Yeah, I think on a rewatch this would go up to 4.5 or a 5.
Yeah, no, that's totally
Um,
fair. Yeah, yeah, incredible shit, dude.
But yeah, fucking amazing. Give this
Mm.
film a watch if you can. This is like some of the
Holy
best
shit.
Australian cinema I've seen in a while.
I plead to anyone like, well, not to
Like
just anyone listening,
both
just to people listening,
yeah,
please. It's so good.
both this and Audrey were absolutely phenomenal
Yeah,
pieces of Australian cinema, I will
yeah.
admit.
Like, like, come on, dude. Australia's putting out fucking bangers lately. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
All right.
All right.
Next film, and I feel like this one's going to be another like controversial one from us, from me at
Yeah.
least. Is I Saw the TV Glow.
Yes.
Uh,
Teenager Owen is just trying to make it through life in the suburbs when his classmate Maddie introduces him to the mysterious late night TV show, a vision of a supernatural world beneath their own in the pale glow of the television. Owen's view of reality begins to crack.
This was, in my opinion, the biggest disappointment of BIFF.
I think I'd probably agree with that to an extent, because there was so much hype
There was
about
so
this
much
movie
hype. Yeah.
online. Like, so much hype.
It's also, I think, the second highest rated of all the films for BIFF.
Hmm.
Or yeah, of all the films for BIFF, I believe. But like, in my opinion, and don't get me wrong, I get why a lot of people like this film.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me. Um, I think this film was all style and no substance. I didn't. I either didn't get it or I just didn't connect with it. And I thought it was a beautifully made film, absolutely
Mm.
gorgeously made. The cinematography, the effects, the score, it was gorgeous. But every other aspect of the film fell flat.
Yeah, I I think I think the hype just kind of didn't do it, like kind of brought it down for me. But look, amazing music, incredible cinematography and special effects, and to me, like I gave it 4.
I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I think like this movie, it's it's a like it's very art housey, like a very artsy movie. But
Yeah. Which
it's
is weird because I normally love the art house films.
yeah, and like I don't know, it's just like a very punch you in the face, like melancholic watch, like covering a few different themes across it. Like some of it about finding escapism in media and wishing you could escape there to escape life. Nostalgia, and then also queerness and trans identities. And like the feeling of being trapped.
Mm.
And like I definitely heard like some like I don't know, like maybe I gotta rewatch it again as well, but it was also quite funny to see what the fuck was the person's name again?
Justice Smith.
Yeah, it's Sasha Smith. A bit funny to see this person play 3 age ranges.
Yeah, that was
That
one
was
of my
just
favorite.
funny.
That was probably my favorite part about the film. The
Yeah.
fact that they expected us to believe that Justice Smith was 14, 22, and then roughly 45 as
40.
12,
Yeah. Look,
without barely changing his makeup. It was
yeah.
very funny.
No, I think I still enjoyed it, and I'll probably rewatch it. But yeah, probably the other big disagreement for me and Finn
Yeah,
for these movies.
and in my opinion, one of the few rare L's for A24 as a production company.
A rare elf
A
24.
rare L. Look, every other film that I have watched of A24, I've either loved immediately or have come around to loving it eventually.
Yeah,
Uh, so, like I said, rare
it's
L
just
for
really funny.
A24.
Oh look, I mean, they get an L for me for having an AI poster for Civil War.
Did they?
Yeah,
I, I,
unfortunately so.
I actually, in all fairness, saw very little things for Civil War, apart from the brief period when it was in cinemas and I saw the poster.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing. I don't know. I know. I've heard a lot of different things about Civil War.
I've heard very mixed things.
Yeah,
It's one of those films that I've heard people either loved it or they hated it, and I haven't really heard any in between.
yeah,
Granted, it's
very
got
much
an
so.
average of 3.6, so
Okay.
it's one I'm definitely going to have to watch. And kind of
Well,
sad I missed in cinemas. But
yeah.
this isn't a podcast about Civil War. This is
I
a,
feel like I could go into because I'm like just so curious and like want to theorize about it because it's like
mm,
here on the political discussion, me and Finn we talk about Civil War. What are the politics of this movie?
anyway,
But
let's go
yes,
on to our last film.
yeah, we
Our
watched this
own
afternoon of
Which yeah,
recording.
we watched. We finished it literally 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh
and
man.
this was our only animated film
Mhm.
of Biff, and this is The Colors Within.
Yes.
Uh, Totsuko is a high school student with the ability to see the colors of others, color of bliss, excitement, and serenity, plus a color she treasures as her favorite. Kimi, a classmate of her at her school, gives off the most beautiful color of all. Although she doesn't play an instrument, Totsuko forms a band with Kimi and Rui, a quiet music enthusiast they meet at a used bookstore in a far corner of town. As they practice at an old church on a remote island, music brings them together, forming friendships and stirring affections. This was my favorite film of Biff.
It's same here. Fucking loved it.
It
Six
was,
stars.
yeah, the rare 6 star.
Yeah, the rare 6 star this movie gets.
it was
Holy shit.
it was beautiful. I loved it so much.
We did not stop smiling for the
Yeah,
entirety of it.
it felt like a watercolor painting. It the music was phenomenal, and I desperately want it on my phone now.
Oh, I think this
Um,
was the one where I came closest to crying. Like,
really?
it's so beautiful, and I don't know, like you know me. Well, actually,
Oh,
maybe I haven't talked as much about this, but like, I love something where it's just like finding a chosen family slash like a platonic
oh,
love of friends.
yeah,
I
it's
eat
brilliant.
that shit up.
Also, I know you don't use it, but the album is on Apple Music, and
Oh,
it's going onto my
oh
phone
fuck
now.
yeah! Oh yeah,
um,
fucking incredible.
it was. I could. This is one of those films where it's like I could go for hours about this film. This is
Yeah.
same with Sasquatch Sunset. Actually, that's another. Both the two 5-star films of
Actually, look,
uh
something also about Sasquatch Sunset. It's good to know that Sasquatches don't have shame.
yeah.
Good for
It's
them.
it's also very funny that of the 10 feature length films we watched, uh, the highest average rating film, The Colors Within, and the lowest average rated film, Sasquatch
Sasquatch
Sunset,
Sunset.
were my two favorites.
Yeah, that's really funny. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah.
um,
Oh, Colors
but
Within. It's just visually so pleasing and
it is.
beautiful. The story is amazing.
It's it. I
Oh, the
said this.
music.
I said this to you in the cinemas, but I am
Yeah.
so glad that we have a film without conflict. This
Yeah.
film, this film is just, it is just pure happiness slice of life.
Yeah.
There is
Well, yeah.
the
The-
few moments of conflict in this film are just it's mundane,
yeah.
and it's so hard to capture like mundanity like that without
Mm,
it coming off as kind of really superfluous or
yeah.
insincere.
It's not really like the conflict isn't like based like around a villain or an antagonist. It's just like
It's regular life.
it's just life.
Yeah,
It's pure like, well, like I'm gonna have to do this eventually, or like I'm gonna have to talk to this person soon. Like life is kicking ass.
yeah. It's also it's also amazing to see Science Saru, the production company, did this
Mm,
film because they did I believe our number 4 for both of us in our top 4
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
The Night is Short, Walk On Girl.
Fuck.
They also
Watch that,
did
guys.
watch it, fucking watch it. They also did a film that I watched last year that probably made me cry the hardest film,
Oh
a film called
yeah.
Ride Your Wave.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that one.
fucking watch both of these movies. I need to watch Ride Your Wave again because I need to get the tears in my system out.
Yeah, I gotta watch it for the first time, but yeah.
uh, but God, this film just I was so happy. I think I chose this film, but I can't remember.
I think you did. Yes.
Um, I'm so glad that this film got chosen. Oh my God,
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
it made me so happy, and look, I mean, look, look, this isn't. I'm trying to think of how to put this. Let's see. No, that might be too much into spoiler territory.
Yeah,
I
like
was gonna.
it's listen.
It's,
Okay, if you can, like,
yeah,
even if you can't watch this film, listen to the soundtrack.
yeah,
The
yeah,
soundtrack is amazing.
yeah. Look,
It truly is.
please. Look, I will. I like Gomez Adams. Drag myself through glass. Like, please.
I think a good way to end this. Would
Yeah.
you like to do like 10 to 1, like your favorite to your least
Oh
favorite?
fuck. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go first because I've already had a think about this, and while I
Mm,
go through it, you can have a think about it too.
yeah.
Um, my number 10 is Colors Within. My number 9 is Sasquatch Sunset. My number 8 is Night Bitch. My number 7 is Audrey. My number 6 is probably The Organist. My number 5 is managed to miss. No, my number 5 is Rumors. My number 4 would be Cuckoo. Uh, 3 would be Stress Positions. 2 would be I Saw the TV Glow, and my bottom is Carnage for Christmas, which I wouldn't say Carnage for Christmas is a bad film. It's just it makes the bitter bottom, you know.
Yeah. You did that in a weird way.
I did. I said 10 for my number 1. I realize that now.
Good.
Quick reverse order. 10,
Yeah.
10 Carnage for Christmas, 9 I Saw the TV Glow, 8 Stress Positions, 6 Cuckoo, 5 Organist. I've already lost. 5 Rumors, 4 Organist. I've lost myself. Whatever I said before, reverse it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think 10 Stress Positions.
Okay, you're doing it correctly. Okay.
Yeah. 10 Stress Positions.
Yeah.
9 Carnage for Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait. 10, 9, 8. Yes, 8. 8, I Saw the TV Glow.
Yeah.
7. Actually, no, I'm going to swap that around. 8 Rumors. 7, I Saw the TV Glow. 7, 6.
Far down for you, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just maybe I gotta rewatch that one again as well. Wait, what number was I at?
I think you were
6. I think. Yes. 6. Fuck. Night Bitch. I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot you really liked Cook.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 6 Night Bitch, 5 Cuckoo.
Yeah. You've got Sasquatch on Set Clouds within Audrey and the Organist left. So
yeah. 4 the Organist. 3 Audrey. 2 Sasquatch Sunset, and number 1 The Colors Within.
Okay. That's a good ranking there.
Yeah.
I'm glad that our rankings are different as well.
Yeah. No, that's
shows
good.
that we're unique individuals and not just one person speaking into 2 mics.
Yes, exactly. Which is good. It's good to have. We have our disagreements on these things. But, man, yeah.
But ultimately, I think that is all we have to say.
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity, do go to a film festival. They're a great way to experience new films, especially films that you otherwise wouldn't normally watch.
Yeah. It's also nice to visit a different cinema, which we saw many different cinemas.
Many different cinemas, because we are not Brisbane locals.
Yeah, we're down the Gold Coast. The travel's been a bit of a nightmare sometimes.
It has. It was like an hour each way both times, and it was shit sometimes.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, the parking sometimes awful.
Shit. But yeah, I think that is all the time we have for this week's episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, well,
just quickly, because this is coming out relatively soon, we recently had a Halloween special appear on the DNTea podcast, where our lovely host Sky was our game master.
Yeah, so something a bit different, a bit of a Halloween collab, and a whole series, and then just a whole series of mess, but we got the episode out.
It was a technical nightmare. And some wonderful illustrations done by yours truly.
Yes, it was great. It's so good. But we had a great time.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Why Don't We Watch This Movie? And we will see you in the cinemas.
Bye.
Bye.